I moved here in July.
Rashida Weaver is a new faculty member at the University of Vermont. She's one of 13 new faculty taking part in a tour of Vermont farms and agricultural businesses. The tour is hosted by UVM Extension.
Farms are extremely important. This is why I was really excited about the tour. We are becoming a more health-conscious society, and it's really important for us as researchers, just to understand what is out there, what kind of the differences between organic and conventional, and where we can get local produce, and the importance of what the cows are eating, and that's all important for just any human being.
The goal of this tour is to see Vermont, to take in the sights, but also to learn about Vermont from the people of Vermont.
The first thing I realized is just how proud Vermonters are of living in Vermont, and also the sense of community here, the really big emphasis on community and health. I just noticed people seem very happy here.
The pride of Vermonters is reflected in the man who started this tour, longtime leader of UVM Extension, Doug Lontine. He was on hand, but this year he's playing a smaller part. The tour's legacy now belongs to the new director of UVM Extension, Chuck Ross.
This is my first tour, and it's clear to me it's a great opportunity for the new people who are coming to the university to understand the University of Vermont and the context in which it exists here in Vermont. What we know about Vermont is that we as Vermonters are a prideful bunch. We're independent, we're self-reliant, but we're also very community-oriented, and we have a vision that's beyond our borders.
The tour focuses on farms and businesses outside Chittenden County. Ross believes this is an essential factor in getting new and old Vermonters to understand the role UVM plays in the state.
The university is the University of Vermont, and it's, I think, critically important that the people of the state understand the university is an enormously important resource for them. And I think it's really important for those of us that work at the university to realize that there's an enormous resource in the state. It's people, it's landscape, it's businesses, and when we can connect the two, I think it's better for both.
Sambit Mohapatra has been in the United States about 10 years. He came from Montana to Vermont. By taking part in this tour, he's reminded of the need for professors to get out of the classroom and the lab.
We always think about engaging the community and how to do the research in a community, and this whole trip was an eye-opener. You know more about Vermont, not just stay within this particular county, because since you're living here and probably working here, you don't get out of the community. That makes us feel appreciated more to know the community at large and to know what is going on outside of this county, how the UVM actually reaches out to the local farmers through the UVM Extension program, and how they could come with a very evidence-based research which is actually informing them in terms of food safety, how to store food for a long time. And that was very amazing. I was really amazed by that whole thing, yeah.
One of the tour stops was Taylor Park in St. Albans. UVM Extension Master Gardeners are in charge of maintaining the gardens here. Brett Halverson was on the tour as the new state coordinator of the UVM Master Gardener program. This stop gave her the chance to go from guest to host.
St. Albans Park project is a wonderful project that Master Gardeners have put a lot of time into, so it was really great to be able to showcase that, and I think also make connections and share the type of work we do so that potentially we can connect to some of the work that the faculty on the tour do here at UVM as well.
A high point of the tour for Halverson was learning about UVM Extension's connections within communities and how far back some of those connections go.
There was farmers and business people that mentioned they had connections to Extension that went back 4 or 5 generations. And so I thought that really spoke really well to the depth and commitment of Extension to the community in Vermont.
My research happens in places like this, and that's pretty amazing.
In the short time she's lived in Vermont, Rashida Weaver has made an observation about what Vermonters want. Taking this tour has showed her how she and her family fit into this
understand that
perspective.
we're not very good at
I'm from the Bronx, and being here, I feel very at peace. And I love being from New York, and it's a very ambitious and I'm super ambitious, and I'm from there, and that's normal. But Vermont is ambitious in a different kind of way, and I wouldn't have seen that, wouldn't have understood that until I came here. It's they're ambitious to be the healthiest state. Their ambition is to also have just a great space or quality of life for raising families, and that's something that I really appreciate here. And one of the reasons that I came is because it seems like exactly what I need at this point in my life. That I have a 2.5-year-old, and I'm newly married. Just being here, we've been really happy.
After this tour, these new UVM faculty, these new Vermonters, know they can always come home to Vermont. In Vermont, I'm Pete Silva with Across the Fence.